The following program is a paid commercial program. Views expressed belong to its participants and are not necessarily those of the management and staff of News Channel 11.
Hello, come on in. Let's cook together today. Today we're preparing an eye round roast. This is a 6-pound roast. When you go to the supermarket, you can ask your butcher or whoever behind the counter that you would like to purchase one. It will be in a bag. This will save you money. Now, if you are a small family and you feel like that a 6-pound roast is a little bit too much, ask them and they will be glad to cut it up into 3 or 4 roasts, whatever amount that you would like. Just remember that we're going to put this into the oven at 275 degrees. I'm going to season it now with a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, a little bit for luck. I'm going to cover it with some aluminum foil and get it into the oven. Well, if I don't turn my pepper over, so here we go. So I'm going to take and put this into the oven. And folks, while I'm talking to you, just remember, make it a family event. Let your grandchildren and your children get involved with cooking. It's the most wonderful memories that you will ever see, and I've left my pot holders, but excuse me, I'm getting my pot holder. I don't want to burn my fingers. I might need them for another day. Okay, now let me shut the oven back. Here we go. All right, this roast has been cooking while I was demonstrating to you all about what to buy, where to buy it, and what it should look like. I do keep mine covered with a little bit of saran wrap. It does help hold the moisture, and you can see the steam and how hot it is. At 275 degrees, a 6-pound roast takes approximately 6 hours. Just remember, if you have a smaller roast, time it at 275 for the amount that the roast weighs. If it's a 2-pound, then allow for 2 hours. If it's 3 pounds, allow it for 3 hours. Now, if you're not sure, you can always take a knife, and I'll use whatever knife that I have, and I will take and twist it. And if it does this, then you know that your roast is really tender. So what we're going to do is let this rest for a few minutes. And I'm going over here, and I've got some beef broth that I have had heating. We make our own beef broth, which is less in sodium but still has lots of flavor. And I use arrowroot for mine instead of cornstarch. You can use cornstarch. The arrowroot makes a little bit clearer broth. It's, I just like the texture and the look of it. So I'm going to stir this up, and we're going to, hopefully this year's on a rolling boil to where I can thicken this gravy while our roast is resting. It needs to rest for about 5 minutes before you go to slice, and that way it retains the juice with your roast so that it stays good and moist. So here we go. I'm going to see if this is ready. And while you're putting your arrowroot in, you need to always whisk, because if you stop, you will have lumps. And then that's another problem. And food for thought, I do help those folks that need little help with their problems. If it's a little menu problem as far as on the recipe, I'd be glad to help answer any kind of questions with those. You can reach us on Facebook, or if you have a recipe that was your grandmother's or mother's and you're having problems with, you know, I'd be glad to try to see what it is, and maybe we could do it on the show, because I love to try new and old recipes. I just think that they're wonderful. Now that my gravy is ready, I'm going to move over here and take my roast out to slice. Just remember that you should taste your gravy to make sure that there's plenty of seasoning. This roast, you should get about 20 to 22 slices. I'm slicing it now as we speak. Now that I have gotten our roast cut, I've already pre-dipped a plate here, and I'm going to put my roast beef on. And honey, let's put some of this wonderful brown gravy over it, on the mashed potatoes and on the beef. Okay, folks, this is what it looks like when we're finished with all that wonderful gravy and those steamed vegetables. It's time for me to go. I hope you've enjoyed my food for thought today, and come see me at the Whistle Stop Tuesday through Saturday. Bye.